Good, whatever time it is that you're tuning in here. I'm Marc Wagner. This is DentalBytes, Dentist on Demand. If you are in need of good content, putting content together, whether you are a dental solution or dental practice, specialty or GP, we're your team. We're your team. We make video. That's what we do. Reach out to us on any of our social media channels. I'm super excited today. I gotta think about my intro a little bit. I always say that I'm excited. I just, because I am. I'm excited. Speaking of content, I'm bringing on a true master on that front. I have been witness to one of his amazing courses out here in BC, a photography course, and this guy is a true artist, with his dentistry and his photography. He's blended things together. He's a true brand. He's a brand powerhouse. And I'll ask him if that's, an appropriate way to put it. Without further ado, Dr. Gordon Chee, how are you, my friend? How's Calgary treating you these days?
I'm doing great, Mark. Thanks for having me.
Oh, my pleasure.
Calgary's great. We had a lot of rain, but this week's going to be hot, 28 degrees apparently on Monday. So
beautiful, and
with some sunshine.
Yeah, it's always good. And how is it for you, Calgaryites, watching Edmonton in these days? I know there's a lot of Edmonton Oilers fans in Calgary, but what is that like when is there a lot of kind of ha ha ha, pointing fingers kind of thing?
There's always a rivalry. Honestly, I'm not really a Flames fan, but my team bowed out early again, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, as you said, it's getting sunnier out. It's time to get out the golf clubs, right?
Yes. There's always a rivalry, and the interprovincial games always get a little rowdy and loud, but it's fun. Yeah.
It just seems fun. It's one of those experiences. There's a new arena coming in too in Calgary. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. It's about time.
Yeah, that Saddle Dome is. It's a classic though. It's one of those. Yeah, it's kind of one of those Canadian barns that are fun to be in. I've been into a couple games there. What's the timeline on that arena though? Is it just started?
Yeah, I think. I'm not even sure. I think they just broke ground and they've been digging a big hole in the ground.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I am not sure.
Awesome.
I'm not sure when the ETA is.
Yeah. How is practice going? How are things on that front? Let's there's so many things that we can talk about. You're running courses, multiple different courses. You're just with Spear apparently. I want to kind of hear about what's the most exciting thing that comes to your mind first. Let's kind of start there.
Well, the Spear thing's pretty cool. I was there a couple weeks ago. It was a special retreat for 8 of us, and we got to basically stay at his very fancy house on Whidbey Island for a weekend, and basically had him mentor us on how to be great educators, and he helped us a lot with fine-tuning our presentations and just having effective communication with the audience. And it was quite an experience. It was super cool to just hang out with him, just almost one-on-one, and just shoot the breeze and chat about things. And it was quite an incredible experience.
No kidding. What would you say? What was the key pearl top takeaway that you took away from that experience?
Well, I think that the hardest thing is to take something complex and simplify it. And so he really helped sort of take all the content that we had and just make it really simple and easy to understand. Sometimes it's, more more complex to be simple in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do find that like it's I think that's kind of the secret sauce, like I always break it down to like Einstein's equation, like the E equals MC square. That's like a really simple way to put it. That equation is actually 2 pages long. So, you know, um, to communicate, to educate, I think simple. And you tell me, because you're running all these courses, is that something that you pursue too, to like when you're going through it, like making sure that it's hitting, like what's your process there?
Um, well, I mean, I think like a lot of the content that I've created in the past, like when I first started out, was just like, oh, let's just put everything in there that I know.
Yeah.
And it's just now over the years, I have kind of learned to organize it a little better and just try and simplify it more. So then it's always like, okay, we've taught this course for a few years now. I'm looking at my lecture slides and I'm like, I think I can make it better. So it's always just going back and revising and fine tuning. And I think because there's certain courses that we've done several times now, that we're just refining it every time and making it better. And like you said, like just hit home a little stronger.
What's the like typical feedback that you're getting? Is that sort of your, do you depend on that feedback? Like, are they filling out a page when the course is complete? Like, how important is that communication too?
No, super important. I mean, part of it is sort of mandatory with our like AGD PACE CE credits that we need to offer.
Yeah, right.
We have to do surveys, but we do take the answers to heart and see it as a way to improve our delivery and our product, I guess. And so it's super important getting feedback for sure.
In your opinion, like, so to those folks, there's so many people putting amazing courses together. It seems like, our world is kind of fragmenting into all these little niche pockets of knowledge. To those folks that are building courses and things of that nature out there, what tips would you give them getting started? Like, what are the most important pieces you would say in sort of developing the content and having sort of an impactful session?
Yeah, well, I think like with my courses and also with my practice and anything I do business wise, I always have a key goal of like just being different than everyone else and sort of creating a unique brand for yourself. And that comes with like educational content too. Like I want to be teaching stuff that other people don't teach. So it's just, I think that's an important mindset to have going into it. It's like, oh, what do I have to offer that other people don't offer? And I think looking at it that way will set you on the right path to having a successful educational program.
That is like, I would say that is, at the crux, like I follow you and I've been following you for a number of years now. How important is your individual brand? Like, especially, if we pull back from obviously your course, and it's your photography course is incredible. I think, you and Dr. Verdi have put together a really good sort of flow through it, and the engagement is great. Everybody in the room is that's important too, right? Because you just don't want people to be sitting there and it's kind of going over their head. Like, you guys are very hands-on with it too, which is great. I don't think we'll ever be able, we'll get away from the face-to-face stuff. It's crucial. Anyways, I'm going off on a tangent. Brand, where did you start? Like, in doing that? Like, and now before we got on here, you were discussing with me, you're looking to start a course that would help an individual of a GP practice sort of expand out and to sort of gravitate to more towards, whatever it is that their niche, what they're, I guess, passionate about, the dentistry that they're passionate about doing. In your case is, full mouth, beautiful cases.
Mm.
Where let's start on that. Like, where did you start on your practice journey? Like educational wise, brand wise, where did it all begin for you? Let's talk about that story. Like,
Sure.
from getting out of school, like where did sort of the whole thought bubble start for you?
Sure. So I graduated school in 2000. So we actually just had our 25th reunion this month in Banff. But I went to U of A, and then I ended up working in BC for 6 years. And I'd say, like, in those first 6 years, I feel like I really didn't do much. Like, I just kind of was working as an associate, doing bread and butter dentistry. I had some interest in aesthetics, but it just, I never really did much with that. But then after 6 years, my wife and I, she's a dentist also, we ended up buying a practice in Calgary, which is the current practice that I run right now. And the previous doctor, he was more like his practice was owned by his father for like 30, 40 years, and it was a big family practice. And he wanted to go a bit more boutique, but then after owning it for a couple of years, he kind of decided to quit dentistry.
Oh yeah.
So I sort of took over, and then I saw sort of the beginnings of that, and then I decided just to just keep going with it, because I did always have an interest in just like creative things. Like, I love to draw and do photography and things like that when I was younger. And so then when I took over, I just started taking tons of CE, getting better with my skills, but then also learning, the trials and tribulations of being a new practice owner, and how I was going to do this. But I think that the biggest thing is just to have a strong vision and commitment. I mean, now we went from a practice of 8 or 9 employees, and now I just have 3. We open 3 days a week, and we're basically doing aesthetics 100% of the time. And we've developed like a referral network and reputation and brand that's very strong. And so the only way to get that niche is to have a really strong vision of where you want to go, and a really big commitment to that. And I think a lot of the thought process behind becoming more niche is very counterintuitive to the average dentist. You have to start thinking more internally. And so what I usually tell people is are you accommodating to your patient, or is your patient accommodating to you? And to become niche, you need your patient to accommodate to you. Otherwise, you're not going to develop that sort of exclusivity and value with your patients. If you're always saying, "Oh, we'll open 7 days a week. We'll direct bill your insurance. We'll give you a discount. We'll do every type of dentistry just to accommodate as many people as we can." That's what 99% of dentists out there believe in, or what they've always heard that they should be doing. And so it's a very different business model, because then you're becoming a model of expansion rather than a model of contraction. And so when you're trying to contract and become niche, which is the path that I chose, you have to do things against the grain and not be afraid to lose patients, and just do what you believe in. And then you'll eventually start attracting the right type of patient and growing that part of your business. So there's sort of this contraction, and then you get kind of small, and then you start getting bigger within that boundary of, for me, aesthetics. But you can have a niche practice and whatever you're interested in. Like, if you're really interested in implants or all on X or
Right, right. So
Greece,
where
whatever.
where did you where did it all begin? Did you sit down with like pen and paper? Did you hire consultants? Like where where did you take that initial idea to to develop that niche brand that you have right now? Like obviously the artist side of you, the
Mhm.
creative side of you, like I'm sure established the foundational piece, but did who else did you involve in that process?
Really nobody. I, kind of,
Yeah,
I never had a consultant.
yeah,
When I feel like business wise, I'm a lot more about vision and philosophy than I am about numbers. Like,
yeah,
I I'm not the type that looks at my balance sheet every month and or looks at my production and be like, well, why is my production lower this month? When we like, I personally feel like if you start analyzing numbers like that, you start to sometimes it's possible to lose a bit of integrity. And what I'm alluding to is like, say you had one month where you're slow and you're below your goals. And so you're like, okay, our revenue is down 30,000 this month. So how are we going to make up 30,000 next month?
right, right,
And then you're starting to like, well, maybe we need to diagnose more. Maybe like no, you should diagnose what's proper
right,
and just like practice with integrity and just do your best every month, and then people will come, like the
yeah,
revenue will, like over the course of the year it'll be there. So
yeah,
um, I've never been like really into the numbers and like number crunching every month. I'm more like, okay, this is the goal of our practice. Like we have 10 years to reach it. How do we get there? And
hmm,
then like a few years ago, I made a list of things on, we had a team meeting. I said, how do we become recognized as the best cosmetic dental practice in the country? And I made a list of everything we needed to do to get there. And then, yeah, after like 5 years, we looked at it again and we're like, okay, we achieved all these things.
yeah. It's
And
awesome. Yeah,
yeah,
and
that's always been the way that I practice and do things, I guess.
that no, it that makes absolute sense to me as like a healthcare provider. I like the numbers can really change your perspective on the priorities, and I think sticking to a vision is it's your mission critical piece, isn't it? Like
Mhm.
it's there's no scripts. It's then it's what you're doing is genuine and coming from the heart, and how effective is that? Like even in communication with the patient themselves, and they feel that that genuine piece, don't they?
Absolutely. Like they can sense whether you're passionate about what you do very easily. And a lot of people just want to be with providers that are passionate about what they do. Like they just want to know that you care about their outcome, that you're confident in your skills, uh, and that you're compassionate and you're going to treat them with kindness. And so if you do all those things, like people will start coming through the door. Like, I mean, I I do like really love and follow Simon Sinek, and he talks
Yeah.
about like what is your why and all that, and attracting. If you start promoting what your why is, and then people that believe in the same things that you do will start coming through the door. And so, I I've been thinking that way even before that book came out, but so maybe I should have wrote a book, but
Well, you kind of have, Gordon. You're putting your knowledge out there, and it's great. Like that's the next evolution of what you've done now, as you've built this amazing practice in Calgary, and now you're sharing that with the industry, and it's a beautiful thing. I think that's sort of like the natural progression of how
I
things
think
should go.
I think it's a unique topic because I don't see it being taught anywhere
Yeah,
about to create a niche business practice. So I thought it was maybe some valuable knowledge to put out there.
And you know what, Gordon? Like, you're right. I see a lot of white noise, and the marketing and branding that I see on, because this is like where I exist, is it's just a lot of, book your Invisalign, $1,500 off Invisalign, which is fine, but I've even heard some of my clients, like, I've got patients calling and price shopping. Mm-hmm. So if you're lost in that sort of that white noise that strategy that everybody's taking, mm-hmm. you're also informing the patient on how to kind of purchase your services. So I don't blame the patients. They're seeing all these advertisements from everybody. It's, well, Dr. So-and-so down the street is going to give me $1,500 off whitening and a toothbrush. Like, what are you going to do, right? Yeah. Or if we focus more on the value that we're providing, like, what would you say to those folks out there that, like, are kind of being lost in the white noise? Like, can you see that as being fulfilling, from your perspective? Is that like a recipe for burnout too? Like, what's your opinion on that?
Yeah, well, I mean, again, like, there's sort of, like I said before, like, two pathways for that I see with practice ownership is, like, either you accommodate and expand, or you make them accommodate to you and you become more niche. And I think that when you start saying, oh, like, free cleanings with new patient exam or free toothbrush and all that sort of stuff, you're building a lower value clientele. And so it's not that that's wrong, but you just need to be aware of what you're doing and what your practice goals are. I mean, there's definitely places in business for, like, Walmart dentistry. Like Walmart makes tons of money because they do high volume, low cost, low value. Right. But if you're, but we took an opposite approach. We, again, like, when you're starting to offer deals, you're accommodating to your patient. You're trying to be like, oh, come see me. Mm-hmm. But we want our patients to be like, oh, can you see me?
Right. Like, right. Yeah.
You want it because I love your work, or I love your brand, or you have great reviews, or like, my dentist referred me to you. So it's just creating that demand and that, like, that exclusivity.
Yeah. No, I love it. Where is your, like, most of your patient traffic coming from? Is it from referral? Is it from word of mouth kind of?
Changed over the years. Like, before it was like a lot of internet marketing. We still get a lot through, like, our website and Google. We have great reviews. It's not what my philosophy with reviews. It's like quality over quantity. Like, you see a lot of practices with, like, hundreds of reviews, but all they say are 3 or 4 words. Most of our reviews, like, you read them and it's like 2 paragraphs. It's like a story.
Yeah. It's a great conversation. Like, it's a great sort of, the stories are everything. I think that's where people attach the value to. Is there's a lot of softwares out there that are driving these reviews too. Obviously, search engine optimization is dependent on it. So
so it's less credible, right? And so a lot of our new patients that come in, they're like, oh, I read your reviews and they were so great, and I want to change my smile too. And then we started, gaining traction on social media, Instagram. So we still get a lot of patients from there. But then as our brand started to develop and our reputation started to develop, and then as I started, like, teaching and talking to, other doctors around the industry, and we started getting a lot of referrals. So I think in the beginning we got a lot of referrals from specialists and orthodontists, which we still do. But then later on, we started getting we're getting a lot of referrals from general practitioners now, that they're used to bread and butter dentistry and they just don't want to deal with someone that's aesthetically demanding or like trying to shade match a single anterior tooth or like they just don't know how to do a veneer case efficiently and predictably. So we're trying to teach courses and all those things, but it's just people are more open-minded and seeing our clinic more as like a specialty office now. And we are, over the last few years, we've been more of a specialty practice where we're writing treatment letters to referring doctors and doing a lot of the things that specialists do. So it's a little bit of an evolution to where we are today.
What and how long, how long did it take to get to that spot where you are now? And also, what's next? Is there any more development that you're looking to do, or are you happy with the cadence and everything that's going on now?
It's interesting because the practice that we have now is basically what I envisioned 10 to 15 years ago. And so, and every decision that we made was pushing us in this direction. If it was a decision that made us go in a different direction or like away from our vision, we just didn't do it. So everything was just like a little nudge towards this direction. And 10, 12 years later, you look back like, holy cow, like, how did that happen? Like, how did we get here? And it just happens over time. It's not overnight. There's dentists that are like, oh, how do you do all this? And it's like, man, I've been practicing for 25 years. Like, this did not happen overnight. Right. You just have to have that commitment to a certain goal and vision for your practice, and then you'll eventually get there if you're staying true to that. It's been an evolution. I think we started getting a lot of referrals probably about 5-6 years ago, and then more GP referrals in the last 3 or 4 years. And I also we see tons of dentists.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the dental world come to us for their own smiles. So.
Oh, that's cool. That's how humbling is that's a cool
it's a great compliment. It's a little bit more stressful, but it's also a little bit more fun because you can just sort of have a more in-depth treatment planning session with your patient who is also a dentist or dental hygienist or dental assistant.
Yeah.
We I don't know. I think I treated about 15 dentists this year.
Wow. I'll be honest. If I was going that route, I would probably be coming out to Calgary to see you, not to toot your own harm. But your work is unbelievable. How great has it been to work with Orem as well? They've got a great department that it's got your back too. Laboratory, how important is that piece too?
Huge. It's a partnership. All our small makeovers, the lab plays a major role. Orem, I've been using Orem since I moved to Calgary 20 years ago. So we've had a really strong relationship. They also support the study club that I direct, Unity Alberta. And it was a great way to get better at aesthetics is how we developed the relationship and how we were able to troubleshoot and say like, hey, this case turn, like we always reviewed our cases and looked at it and asked ourselves like, how could we have made this better? And so a lot of the aesthetics that I do now was actually personally developed between my ceramist and I, like our workflows and how we became more predictable and more efficient and just had nicer results. So a lot of the learning was through discussion, review of old cases, and then photography is massive because you look in the mouth and the tooth is like this small, but you blow it up on a huge screen and you'll quickly see like where you could have done better.
Yeah.
Especially in aesthetics, like with bonding, veneers, things like that. So I think self-evaluation with photography is like a huge part of getting better at dentistry.
Like how impactful has your tool, your camera been for your what you're doing? I think it's been massive for you, hasn't it?
Massive. Like it's completely changed our practice, and we almost like built our practice on photography, and my lecture business on photography, because it's kind of like one of those things that people don't realize until they actually commit to trying it. And a lot of the top restorative aesthetic dentists out there, like they realize the importance of photography. I pick up my camera like pretty much almost every patient and shoot. Like we easily shoot over 100 photos a day.
Yeah.
Like it's so important, and so many. I mean, things are improving with like smartphones and whatnot, but like in the last few years, I've always asked different labs that I've taught for or talked to, and I'm like, hey, how many of your docs send in photos for aesthetic cases? And the common consensus was 20%.
20.
20%. I think now it's probably a little bit higher, because I think now they're just using smartphones to take some pictures. Like they're not great, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
But the general consensus was 20% of doctors submit photos for aesthetic cases, and out of those, half of them are usable quality. And so basically 90% of aesthetic cases out there, the ceramist is just guessing. Like they have no idea what the smile looks like, what the lips look like, what the face looks like. And so I hope that's those rates are improving a lot.
Like in your experience, like, in terms of communication, how crucial is that to the work that you're doing? Like having that conversation, like how important, like obviously a picture's worth 1,000 words, right? But like it would be like, would that be like flying blind for you if you weren't, using photography as your 100%. Source of communication?
100%. Yeah. Especially for like color matching. Like you can't do color matching without photography. And smell design. Like it's, you need to have that communication, not just two ways between you and the lab, but also with your patient. Because when you get into aesthetics, a lot of it's subjective. And so you need to get into your patient's head and see what it is they're looking for. And so, we go through photos and we look at smiles that they like and shapes that they like. And then also with all the digital designing that we do nowadays, it's so important to have facially guided aesthetics. And so you're starting from the face and then working your way into the mouth. And so smiles are designed with the way the face looks, the way the lips look. And then you use your digital scans of the teeth to try and create that look on the inside of the mouth, to create that look on the outside of the mouth. So yeah, I couldn't practice without a camera. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
seems like an impossible task for me now.
Well, and it's also, it's another one of your passions too. So to be taking pictures all day long too, it's like you're just having so much fun, aren't you?
Yeah, like it's I'm truly blessed and fortunate for that. Like I was able to bring a hobby that I love and just make it part of my work. And in turn, that's what made me successful at dentistry was doing the branding with photography, promoting myself, getting better results, um, doing better dentistry from self-evaluation. And even like it does so many things, like even protects you legally.
Hmm.
Like we've, you know, most dentists that have worked as long as we have had at least had one unhappy patient, especially with aesthetics, because they'll go home and they'll be like, "Oh, my tooth was never like this before," and I'll bring up their before photo. I'm like, "Yes, it was."
There you go. Yeah. Sorry. This photo is undoctored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it just totally saves your butt in a lot of situations. So yeah, it's such an important thing to learn.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't speak about it enough.
No kidding. I've been to, one of your courses, and it's great. You have so much to say about it. What other tools in practice could you not live without? Like
Uh,
CBCTs, digital scanners. We
I
could talk
mean,
about in like terms of communication. Like what other tools are
I mean,
like your?
scanner for sure. Scanner for sure. I've had I think, well, I was one of two dentists that first got the iTero once it got approved by Health Canada
Yeah.
in Alberta. So I've been scanning for, I think like since 2007. So been scanning for a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love my scanner. I don't know. This is kind of unrelated, but I also love using my wand anesthetic system. I
Oh,
like
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't held a syringe in like 20 years,
Yeah.
so I'm not sure that I can even go back to that. But so that's something indispensable. Ergo loops are
Yeah.
indispensable. Saves your neck and your back. Um, but yeah, I mean, for the type of dentistry that I do, like I need my scanner, I need my camera. That's about it. And then all the
Have you? What are your thoughts on that new the Lumina? Have you checked that out?
I have. I would like to demo it on a real patient just to
Mm.
see. Um, the one thing that I'm quite excited about is that you can actually, because I do a lot of like full mouth reconstructions or big veneer cases, you can just scan all the teeth at the same time. You don't have to have like an individual prep
Hmm.
scan for every tooth that you prepped. And so I feel like that would be a lot more efficient. But yeah, like I haven't purchased it. I just want to test it out a bit more first, just because it's so new. Like with technology, I find sometimes the maybe second or third year that it's out might end up being a little.
They work out all the kinks, right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
What's your process in making a purchase like that? Like, are you the type that takes a look, you research over a year or two, and then pulls the trigger? Like, how does that work in for you?
I feel I don't know if I have a process. It's just like maybe I'm more of a emotional buyer. Like if it speaks to me,
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
oh my god, that's
I need to
amazing.
have this. I need this. I need this
Yeah.
lens. This is yeah.
And yeah, so but I know um having been scanning for so long and having iteros this whole time, I always find like it's better to just wait a little bit and just see how it is, or demo it a lot. Try and get them to demo it. I know they let you demo it on like a Dentiform, but I'd like to demo it on a real person.
That makes sense. There's
Yeah.
no liquid on a model. Like it's a different environment
Or
completely. Yeah.
subjectival preps
Yeah.
or tongues and saliva and blood and
All the good stuff. Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
good stuff. But yeah, I've definitely made quick purchases before. Also, like if it's like, wow, this is game changer. Like I need this.
Mhm.
Um, I'll do it. But yeah, I think now. I don't know. I've just kind of worked out my workflow, and there's always a lot of noise. Like there's always new products, and oh, you need to get this. You need to
Of
get,
course. Of course. Yeah.
and like you need to really like. I look at some of these purchase also like I know emotional buying, but also logically like, does this fit in my practice? Like, is it worth me spending the time to 3D print my own models rather than just get the lab to do it?
Right.
And just look at like the return on investment. Also, like your team situation. Like if you're doing, for me, like we're a very small boutique practice. I just have one assistant, so to have her spend that much time trying to do like lab work in the back
Doesn't
or
make sense. Yeah.
or like hire someone else just to do that stuff doesn't make sense. So
Right.
I'd rather pay Orem to do it.
Yeah.
Uh, but if you have a big practice, a lot of team members, maybe like a floater assistant that has time to do some of these things, like then it's a little different. Or if you're doing like a lot of ortho or night guards or whatever, implant planning. So yeah, it just I think there's a lot of cool technology out there. It's just like finding something that works for you.
Yeah. I agree. You're a logical guy. That's logic, right? When it comes to oh, I totally lost my train of thought. Okay, no, I'm back on track. Are you utilizing any sort of AI software, diagnostic?
Yeah, we just started with Overjet AI.
Cool.
It's cool. I think it'll get better over time as it learns more and more. Like
Hmm.
I'd say it's a great patient education tool. It's a great software for, um, I guess, like if you say to your patient, I think you have a cavity here, and the AI software also thinks you have a cavity there. It's
Right.
just like a little bit more like evidence for them, right?
Yep.
And it's a great second set of eyes. Like a lot of times we're busy, we might rush in, do a quick checkup, and leave. Like it's very easy to miss something small, and so having a second like backup is nice. I do find right now, like it for me, it overdiagnoses a lot of cavities, but I'd rather have that than underdiagnose.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Just I'd rather have false positives. So I check all the red marks that it puts out, and then I'll either agree or disagree. But I think the more I do that, the software starts learning my diagnostic style
Yeah.
and gets better and better over time. So looking forward to that. We've only had it for a couple months, so
Can you
but
see it being like becoming like a really crucial part of the dental industry? Like what you've seen so far?
yeah, I think so. And then on the AI topic, I also just recently started using. I was kind of late to the whole Chat GPT thing,
Oh boy. Yeah.
but man, it's so nice for writing like
Oh
treatment
yeah.
letters to referring dentists,
Yeah.
and it can also like it knows tooth numbers and everything.
Yeah.
So I used to give it prompts like, oh, write to this referring orthodontist and tell them all these things. And I would sort of describe it in layman's terms. And now I can just like copy and paste my treatment notes directly and just say, write a letter, like reporting to the orthodontist about these things.
Yeah.
and it just summarizes it so nicely.
I honestly can say now I cannot. It's such a crucial part of my business too. Like it saves me so much time. Like,
Yeah.
and like I'm the world's worst speller, so it's great. Like it's like you know what I mean. Like, it's a really impactful tool for sure. It's not a replacement though, right? It doesn't like these tools aren't a replacement. It is
No,
like it's an
it's
enhancement.
yeah, it's helpful. Like you always have to check everything over before you hit
Yeah,
send, right?
yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, it's just like it's just like so good at organizing thoughts.
yeah. Totally,
like,
absolutely,
like
yes.
I'm very yeah. Like sometimes I'm just like spewing what comes to my head.
Same
And,
here. Yeah,
yeah, and it just like takes all that and it just organizes everything nicely. And yeah, and you can even like change the tone of your letter.
yeah,
Like yeah, like you can write the same letter and be like, oh, write this for a teenager or like a child
yeah,
to understand.
yeah.
And just
Absolutely, yeah,
the whole feel of the letter while having the same content in there. So
yeah.
yeah, it's yeah,
I
it's
found it most like I will like record a conversation and then transcribe it and then
mhm,
ask for a summary. Like
yeah.
it's awesome. Like I nerd out about it all the time.
Yeah.
It
And even
really
though
like it organizes the organization of thoughts. I think is like it's going to be cool. Like having that as a sort of a bank of memory, right? Like I don't think we'll be able to. Like the brain can't remember all those nuanced like micro thoughts, right? It just pools it all together for us. I think it's a great enhancement.
yeah, and even on the photography front, like editing's just becoming
Oh yeah,
a lot more efficient. Like, I mean, not clinical photos. We shouldn't be changing clinical photos, but
yeah,
like if I'm doing like portraiture or if I'm doing like landscape photography or something, it's just so fast now to like say there's like a weird object in your picture. You
Mhm.
just highlight it and say erase and it's gone and it just like the background just blends right in
Yeah.
with
It's
AI
unreal. Yeah,
whereas like before you had to like meticulously like erase things and add layers and try and like
yeah,
recreate the bush that was beside it and like it's
yeah.
such now it's just fast. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. On the course run, let's dive into that, and then I'll let you go. So, um, what's up and coming? What are you where are you working on with Shaw or Verdi photography? And then we'll close with this new thought that you're putting
Okay.
together with a
Well,
niche.
I'll give quite a bit of a rundown on like the rest of my year. So,
Awesome.
a couple of weeks I'm teaching in LA for Solventum for their KOL conference. So I'm doing a short program on photography there, and then we're in September. We're teaching our 3-day live patient veneer course in Calgary. At my office on a live patient, and that's our favorite premier course that we offer with my teaching partners, Brush Shaw and Sunny Verdi, through Elevate Dentistry. And I just on a side note, like I personally feel like a lot of CE now has become maybe a little bit too focused on quality rather than efficiency and quality together. And so I find a lot of people like take these courses and they learn how to make like a fancy anterior composite, but then they go home and it takes them like 4 hours to do one, and it's like, well, it's not practical. Like you need to um, learn how to do things like that nicely, but also efficiently. And so that's one thing I really focus on in the veneer course is, there's a way to have really good quality, but also efficiency. It's easy to be good. It's easy to be fast. It's hard to be good and fast. And in my mind, like being good and fast at something that's what you call mastery. In the veneer course that we teach, like I teach how to prep really nice veneers, but like how to do it rapidly and how to cement predictably and rapidly. And I sort of equate it to like a lot of dentists when they prepare teeth, it's like doing a sketch. It's like they're sketching a picture, right? But the guys that are really good at prepping, it's like drawing a stencil. It's like using a stencil. It's very fast, but very precise, right? It's not little wisps of pencil marks, right? It's just like, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, right. So, so I go into depth with that so that you can be efficient, and it's better for your patient. Like they don't want to be sitting there for hours while you're prepping their veneers. Like they want to be like done. They want their smile. They want to be in and out with as little pain as possible. And especially like if you're taking so long, you need to like their anesthetics running out. You need to like reapply or like re-inject, and it's just more, you know, discomfort and trauma for your patient. So being efficient is quite important. So that's one of the unique things I find about that course. And like I said in the beginning, like I always try to teach something unique. Like we focus on that, and so that's what I think makes our veneer course unique, especially with Presh, Sunny, and I all being at different parts of our career. Like you get like a good insight from all three of us on how we do this. So that's awesome. And then so that's September 11th to 13th in Calgary. And then we have Sunny and I are doing the daily dentistry restorative course for Elevate in October 31st, November 1st, also in Calgary. That'll be held at Orem in their new teaching facility. That's a great course for like younger dentists that just want to get better at bread and butter dentistry. Like this is how you do really nice class 2 composites or onlays or anterior class 4 composites that are predictable, beautiful, and efficient, and with no, like hopefully no post-op sensitivity. Like we go through all the bonding protocols and how to be very predictable with everything that you do. So then you're wasting less time with patients coming back and saying, "Oh, it's sensitive when I bite," or "It's sensitive to temperature." So it makes you more efficient at work. And then Sunny and I are doing Create Photography 2-day hands-on photography course in November 21st, 22nd, I believe. Also at Orem. That's the course that you were at, so you know. But
great course.
What I think makes that course unique is that I feel a lot of dental photography courses out there are taught by dentists that learned dental photography, and some of them are really good, but sometimes they lack that deeper understanding of photography. And so I learned photography outside of dentistry and then brought it into my dental practice. So I feel like a lot of the concepts that I teach are more like classic true photography techniques, and on like how to make a picture why does an amateur photo look different than a professional photo? You can clearly see with your eyes, like if you showed two different photos like that in front of a group, like everyone can tell which one's the professional one. But like why? Like why does that look more professional? How do you make your photography look like that? So we go into that. We go into a deep dive of camera settings and why they do what they do. And how do you troubleshoot once you have that
And it's great.
understanding.
Everybody brings their own camera, and you guys are very hands-on. Like, if there's something that I, could add to that, is like you guys are sitting beside the individuals and going through their settings, and that how important are camera settings? Like, it's mission critical, like in taking photo.
Oh, it's like if you really understand camera settings, you can take any photo.
Yeah.
But again, like I think a lot of like just from feedback from from attendees that have taken our photography course that have also taken some other photography like dental photography courses. The difference is a lot of the other courses are like, okay, to do clinical photos, you set your camera to this. And so it's just like a recipe. But they didn't really understand what the settings do or what they mean. They just know to set their camera to that. But we dive deep into like, what does every camera setting, how does it affect your image and what does it do exactly? So that when you go back to your office, if you follow the recipe, it's like, why are all my pictures turning out darker? Because every environment, every camera system is different. So you can't just have like, this is what you set your camera to. So you need to understand so that you know how to troubleshoot in your own practice and really improve the quality of what you're doing. So that's really important. The other importance with it in my mind is we don't just teach dental photography, we teach photography. And so it ignites a passion in some of our attendees, hopefully all of our attendees, to be excited about all sorts of photography. And if you're excited about other forms of photography, it feels less of a chore to do it at work. Like you're actually excited about doing it at work. You're not just like, oh, I have to take this clinical photo and they said just to set the camera like this, and you have like no passion behind anything. But like a lot of our, like we had attendees that, one got into astrological photography.
Oh, no way.
And then, or like, they're like, oh, I can take great photos of my kids now. Like now I understand. Or, some of them start getting into portraiture and studio and landscape and stuff like that. And they just start getting excited about photography. And so, that's really cool for me. Like I love seeing that. And again, like that's what I think makes our course unique. But yeah, I'm excited. It's Sunny and I love teaching that course. Like it's just so fun.
Yeah, you guys are a great tandem too. Like the room that I was at, it was in stitches. Like Verdi's such a funny guy. Yeah.
Like it's probably the course we have the most fun at. Just because I think the attendees are excited too, because it's something that in their mind is less clinical. So, like, it's some new uncharted territory for them, and they're excited about it. So yeah, it's a fun time. It's a really great learning experience, but also a lot of fun.
I'll chat with you after this. All these courses mentioned will be down in the show notes for anybody that's interested. I was scouring around while you were chatting there, and this is all I could kind of find here. Was this? I don't know if this is old or not. But anyways.
No, that's current. That one's current.
There you go. I found one.
If you follow me on Instagram, all our courses are in my bio.
There you go. Okay. So again, to anybody that's listening, check the show notes out. I'll have all of Gordon's great courses, and obviously, I'm biased because I, admire the work that you're doing, Gordon. But I was there for your photography course, and like I felt lucky. I was like, I get to learn all this stuff for free, or like I was only there for one day, but like the little bits that I got were great. So, anything else? Anything else you want to promote? Pitch? What else?
No, well, I guess not really promote, but we also have our Seattle Study Club. one course I forgot to mention.
There you go. I knew it.
Yeah, I am also teaching a photography course for Seattle Study Club
Cool.
in September in Denver. I'm quite honored to be on the faculty of their new RISE Institute. So they built a new academy for teaching courses, and so I was lucky enough to be selected as one of the faculty, and very, very honored when you look at the other faculty members that are on there. Like there's some pretty big names on there, so I feel really honored for that. So
well, my friend, I'm sure they're thinking the same thing of you, so there you go.
Yeah. And so I direct the Unity Alberta Study Club here in Calgary, and so we're going to have 50 members next year. We're capping it at 50. We could actually have more if we wanted to, but it's a great community. We just had our meeting last night, and it's great. Like everyone's stuck in their own offices all day long. It's nice just to network and chat with fellow dentists and learn together. So
that that collaboration in anything is, I think, very important in the body of knowledge. Like and dentistry itself is such an isolating profession where you guys are, doing your thing. Like how important has that been for your own development to plug in and collaborate with other, like your colleagues out there?
Yeah, I feel like it's keeping me from retiring. It's like, oh, I'm going to miss all my friends.
Right. Yeah.
No, it's so important to just have that feeling of community, and like helping each other. I mean, I had an issue with an implant last week, and it was a bit of a nightmare. And I had a couple members from our club like just step in and help me out, and I was very thankful for that. And I'm totally willing to help anyone else out with anything in the club. And so it's nice just having that teamwork together and support, and it's fantastic. And a lot of us have become very good friends, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's such a negative place to be, and feeling alone and isolated. So
especially in my practice, like we I only have 3 staff or team members, so it's very small. I actually made a joke last night. When our orthodontist was saying, like, she was showing this video of them doing a reveal for a patient, and they had their whole team of team members like clapping as she was like looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
I just said, in my practice, I just have one person clapping.
Yeah, it's a little
awkward.
Yay! Or you need to add like a clap track in there, or whatever, right? Like add a sound effect. Like you just don't see them; they're not in camera, but they're this.
Exactly.
Oh man, that's awesome. Gordon, this has been it's always an absolute pleasure to chat with you and pick your brain. Thank you so much. This is like I think the 3rd time I've had you on, so I really, I appreciate just sending notes and checking in with you, and I'm a huge supporter of what you're doing. And man, it's fun. I can see that you're having a lot of fun. So,
good fun. It's good fun. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I will let you go. It's for us. It's Friday here. Any fun plans for the weekend?
We have a few things going on with the kids, and doing some golf and enjoying the nice weather. But it'll be a nice weekend in Calgary with weather-wise.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Right on.
Right on. Awesome, man. Well, I will let you go, and
thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure.
Anytime.
Yeah. Great.